What's going on, guys? I am back with a brand new video, and as you guys are asking me, uh, where my Week 7 NFL Game Day predictions were at. Unfortunately, I didn't actually have time to, download the video on time. I actually had some, stuff that came up, that needed to be brought to my attention. And of course, unfortunately, I could not get the video uploaded in time before game day or uh, literally on time. But I hope you all will keep on supporting my channel throughout this time. I have already taken care of what I needed to do right now. So, uh, once again, I do apologize for the inconvenience. So, once again, let us get started with the Week 8 NFL Game Day prediction. So, first game of the week, we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James. So, where do I see this prediction going with this one? So, let us talk about the fact what the hell is going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're 3-4 right now. Tom Brady is having some personal problems at home with his wife, possibly for a divorce. This team has been slumping, and they absolutely had some very upsetting losses against the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers, with uh, who only won by just 3 points, which is absolutely embarrassing. Like, every Buccaneer fan is got to be asking themselves, what is going on with this team? What is going on with Brady? What is going on with the coaching staff and stuff? But it's got to be embarrassing for this team to be sitting at 3-4. But despite that record, they are still sitting on top of the NFC South division. Uh, Not to mention, uh, a lot of these teams are 3-4, especially in their own division and stuff. So, but let's talk about the Ravens, who can definitely the get it done and absolutely start can absolutely win games. Lamar Jackson's looking pretty good, and not to mention you had J.K. Dobbins go down yet again with an injury. He's going to be gone for now, 4 to 6 weeks now, and now they are back to square one when it comes to the running back game. Of course, they do have Kenyon Drake to be that guy. So when it comes to this game, I do believe the Ravens will have this game. Although, if the Buccaneers can absolutely fix their problems and get their head on straight, this will definitely be a close game. It could go either way. It's literally a coin toss for me right now, but I'm going to go with the Ravens. I just feel like they are in better shape than what the Buccaneers are right now. So, the Ravens 24, the Buccaneers 21. Alright, let's head on down to jolly old England, and we will be seeing the Denver Broncos taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, where do I see this prediction going with this one? So, Russell Wilson has been absolute garbage in Denver. Now he has been dealing with an injury, and still, they're in worse shape right now. I mean, they just cannot get the job done. Jacksonville, yeah, they are looking like a formidable team under Doug Peterson. I mean, honestly, this is absolutely a team that has never had a coach like Doug Peterson in a long time, since Doug Marrone back in the day, that actually got them into the playoffs for that one-hit wonder year, which almost got them into the Super Bowl, by the way. And yeah, Jacksonville's looking really decent right now. I mean, Jacksonville's looking like a very likable team right now, and they're becoming a very competitive team. Um, let alone, I think I'm going to take the Jaguars to win this game at home in Wembley against a mediocre Broncos who's got a pretty good secondary. But honestly, I'm just going to go with the Jags. I think they're just a better team. So the Jaguars 28, the Broncos 13. Alright, so moving on, we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. So, where do I see this prediction going with this one? So, let's not talk about the fact they no longer have Christian McCaffrey. He got traded to the San Francisco 49ers for multiple draft picks. And now you have PJ Walker uh, uh, starting at quarterback. No Baker Mayfield. He is dealing with an injury. Um, they're still going to get the job done with Shubba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman. Or was it Devontae? Deontay Foreman. I don't know. I do apologize. But anyway, let's talk about the fact I feel like the Falcons are going to be a better team. Not to mention offensively, defense, yeah, I don't really trust the Falcons. The Falcons defense is just not that great. Neither is the Panthers. Yeah, they have a little bit of flair with Brian Burns and stuff. I do expect this to be a very competitive game with this game against the NFC rivals. I am going to take the Falcons to win this game at home. I am going to predict the Falcons 24, the Panthers 12. All right, moving on. We have the Chicago Bears taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott back at it again, healthy again. Is this going to make a difference? Where do I see this game going with this one? My upset of the week here, I'm taking the Bears defeating the Dallas Cowboys. I think Dak Prescott is going to be a little bit shaky, but I think he is definitely going to bring the fire in for the Dallas Cowboys and stuff. Chicago absolutely pulled an upset against the New England Patriots, which forced them to switch quarterbacks from Mac Jones to Bailey Zapp. Of course, I think it's the fact is Mac Jones is still, in my mind, is still dealing with that injury. Uh, I mean, right now, I feel like the Bears are definitely going to upset the Cowboys, although this will be a very close game. It will be a very interesting game. Uh, I'm going to say the Bears will win this game. The Bears 21, the Cowboys 20. All right, so moving on, we have the Miami Dolphins taking on the Detroit Lions. So, where do I see this prediction going with this one? So, Tua Tagovailoa is back and healthy again after that very scary concussion that he suffered from the game against Cincinnati. We don't know the full extent of that injury, but they did give Tua a full bill of health. So I hope that is actually the case, and they are not making a mistake because um, they want him out there and stuff. But anyway, um, Detroit has been a very struggling team, although they are a very competitive culture football team. We still do not know the extent of DeAndre Swift or anywhere between Jameson Williams right now. Right now, I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this one. With Tua back, healthy, he's definitely going to be throwing it to Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. Um, the running game's looking really good. Defense looks really good. Um, I just feel like the Dolphins are going to win this one as well. So I am going to take the Dolphins 31-20. All right, so moving on, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Minnesota Vikings. So where do I see this prediction going with this one? So the Cardinals have been mediocre. Yeah, they got back uh DeAndre Hopkins. They acquired Robbie Anderson from the Carolina Panthers in a trade to replace Marquise Brown, who is out for the season with a foot injury. Um, it will be very interesting how Kyler Murray will actually utilize a lot of these wide receivers, and I believe he will. I have not heard anything from James Conner. If that is the case, expect Eno Benjamin to actually have another good game. He had an absolutely fantastic game last time. Minnesota has always been the favorite team right now. And you can't literally deny Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson. And of course, Vikings, not really a great defense. It is about average. But honestly, I'm going to go with the favorites on this one. I'm taking the Vikings in this one. Although I feel like it will definitely be a close game, I am going to take the Vikings 28-22. All right, so moving on, we have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome in New Orleans. So where do I see this prediction going with this one? So really, I mean, there's something about Las Vegas I just really don't trust. Bringing in Josh McDaniels has really rendered this team very crappy. I really like the last coach that actually took over when John Gruden uh, what was forced out of Las Vegas due to allegations. I did like him. This was a coach that actually got them into the playoffs. Unfortunately, they were one and done after that. New Orleans, uh, no word from Jameis Winston. No word from Michael Thomas, who is dealing with yet another injury. I mean, this guy is literally fragile as glass right now. Um, so if it comes down to all of this, I have to go with the Raiders just because you have Derek Carr, you have Devontae Adams, you have Josh Jacobs, who is having a contract year, trying to prove himself he belongs with the Raiders. Do I believe he will absolutely get a contract for them? Absolutely. I hope so. He's a great player when he absolutely gets out there and plays like a damn baller that he is. So, my prediction for this one, I'm going to take the Raiders 24, the Saints 17. All right, so moving on, we have the New England Patriots taking on the New York Football Jets. So where do I see this game going with this one? So the fact is, the Patriots have been in a lot of trouble. Not only with their quarterback situation, not only offensive line struggles, but also uh, they have a bit of identity in defense as well. And this is not good for New England. But when it comes to the Jets, they have been very good. Although they just lost Breece Hall, the rookie running back, to an ACL tear, and it is very hard to see that and very sad to see that, especially when you had a rookie running back who was absolutely looking like an absolute superstar for the New York Jets. And that is just very sad. I feel sad for him. I feel bad for him. Uh, Once again, I mean, this is absolutely what I call the Jets curse in New York. I mean, bad stuff happens when you are a New York football Jet player at all. So, but in before anyone says anything, I do say this will definitely be an upset for this game. I'm going to take the Jets because they did acquire James Robinson, who is absolutely a great running back. He was a great running back for Jacksonville. Got replaced by Travis Etienne. I believe he will fit in that mold very well. And that run game will have little to no downfall at all if James Robinson can absolutely play out there like he did with Jacksonville and scoring some of these great touchdowns that he has been doing. So I'm going to go with the Jets on this one. The Jets 20, the Patriots 13. All right, guys. So let us get into the meat of the potato. We have our Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the uh, 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles. The only perfect team right now in the NFL. So where do I see this game going with this one? It's the simple fact, guys. I just don't see Pittsburgh absolutely pulling this off at all. I mean, this is a team who has only averaged 20 points a game. I mean, I have not seen them go over 20 points. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing for the Steelers. I mean, they sit 2-5 against a perfect team. I mean, this is literally like puppies in a wood chipper for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, they are being thrown into the hellfire against a Philadelphia Eagles who absolutely have the fucking firepower to win any game on the road or at home. And this is going to be at home, by the way. And I just don't see the Steelers just winning this. I mean, the Steelers have so many problems. Offensive line, running back. Najee's just not becoming a effective running back. Only a couple good plays though. I mean, they need offensive line help. Kenny Pickett. Yeah, he can definitely be a good quarterback. He's already thrown a lot of picks than touchdowns. That's got to change for Kenny Pickett. But the fact is, he's a rookie. I mean, I just feel like Pittsburgh is going to get destroyed by this team, and they're gonna this Eagles are gonna go 7-0. There is no doubt about it. The writing is on the wall here. A lot of experts are seeing this as a bloodbath for this team. So I'm sorry for all the Steeler fans out there. I gotta go with the Eagles on this one. It's a no-brainer because the Eagles are absolutely the most unstoppable team right now. This is a team that needs to be beat right now. I don't think the Steelers have that firepower to actually beat the Eagles. I will literally crap a brick if they actually pulled off an upset against the Eagles. Do I believe they will pull an upset? Probably not. But I'm going to go with the Eagles for the win. 31-17 Eagles. So, moving on, we have the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. So, where do I see this game going with this one? I mean, this was a tough call on this one. I mean, these are mediocre teams right now. I can't really say who's the better team. I think they're about equal right now at this point. But I think I got to go with the favorites on this one. I gotta go with the Titans on this one, especially when you got King Henry in there. I don't know who their wide receivers are. I don't think Treylon Burks is even in there. I don't know where the hell he is. Although you actually have Houston who can actually throw the ball down the field. You have Brandon Cook. You have Nico Collins. And you do have a little bit of O.J. Howard in that line. So, I do say the Titans are going to win this one. The Titans 28, the Texans 20. All right, so moving on, we have the Washington Commanders taking on the Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis. So, where do I see this game going with this one? So, as you know, no Carson Wentz. He is injured. No Matt Ryan. He got benched because of an injury and or he's been inconsistent. He has been replaced by Sam Ellinger from uh, the University of Texas, who was drafted by the Colts a few years ago, who has surpassed uh, Nick Foles uh, during competition, and they have named Sam Ellinger uh, as the starting quarterback. There's something about Sam Ellinger that literally is screaming in my head, starter, absolute starter. And I had a lot of people say that they wish that Sam Ellinger would actually come in and actually start, because the uh, the proof of it all, Matt Ryan fucking sucks. The dude just fucking sucks. He's not even that good anymore. And to show that the Colts were using table scraps to literally get Matt Ryan to Indianapolis, because that is the only thing they had during the draft. Like, literally, their highest pick was a third round pick. Are you kidding me? Just to get a mediocre piece of crap like Matt Ryan, who is literally past his prime, who just cannot even play anymore. I mean, the dude's got to go. I mean, who the hell is even bringing in these quarterbacks? I mean, the GM has got to go, as well as this coach. They both need to go. Because you're not going to find your Peyton Manning for Indianapolis. This isn't the Peyton Manning project of Denver. You're not going to find a Peyton Manning player anywhere in the NFL right now, because Peyton Manning is irreplaceable. The dude's a legend. We all know that. But to say, oh, we're just going to replace Matt Ryan with Carson Wentz, that's a downgrade. That is bullshit to see. And we're all seeing this. The Colts have just been terrible. Not only on offense, but defense. They have had their moments, but not great moments. They've actually won some games, but not all of the games that they needed to win. It's just, it's plain silly. And not to mention, you have the Commanders, who has Carson Wentz, and is not going to play in this game because of an injury. You have Tyler Heineke, maybe even Sam Howell could be even playing, but they have named Tyler Heineke the starter in this one. He's average, not great. Although, I like to see what Sam Ellinger brings to this Colts offense before I start saying that the Colts are not a playoff team, which I believe they're not, because they have been dealing with a lot of injuries and stuff. So, I'm going to take the Colts just because I'm going to take a shot at this. This is a wild card guess for me. I'm going to go with the Colts on this one. So, the final score for this one, the Colts 21, the Commanders 16. Alright, so moving on, we have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. So where do I see this game going with this one? And as I said earlier, Christian McCaffrey, now the starting running back for the San Francisco 49ers after that blockbuster trade they had with the Carolina Panthers. I do see them running the ball more for Christian McCaffrey now that he is going to be up on his the playbook for San Francisco. It was a miracle he actually played for the 49ers that week when he was traded, and he definitely had to quickly learn the playbook very quickly in order for him to actually start in this game. Although he was limited, but I think they're going to open the door more open for Christian McCaffrey to start running like hell against this Rams defense. I mean, there were also speculations. There were two teams that Christian McCaffrey had that were drawing teams to Christian McCaffrey. It was the San Francisco 49ers. It was the Los Angeles Rams. Both these teams wanted Christian McCaffrey really bad. But the San Francisco 49ers just had a better offer for Carolina. But not to mention, you have Jimmy Garoppolo in there, who is definitely doing great under Trey Lance's absence. And thank God he actually took a deal uh, with San Francisco to stay with the 49ers as a potential quarterback starter slash backup. I mean, the 49ers are lucky to have this guy. And not to mention, Kittle back at it again. He's healthy. Hopefully he can stay healthy throughout this season. And, of course, you have the Rams. Pretty decent. Cooper Kupp, once again, superstar. I'm going to go with the 49ers. I feel like they are the favorites in this one. Although I do say the underdog in this one. I am going to say 49ers 27, the Rams 21. All right, so moving on, we have a very interesting game right here. We have the New York Football Giants taking on the Seattle Seahawks at Seattle. So where do I see this game going? This was a very tough game to call. Not to mention, these are very talented teams that really turned their team around right now. Of course, Geno Smith is absolutely looking amazing for Seattle. And, of course, the Giants overall have been fantastic under Brian Dable for this season. I mean, the Giants have been turning that team around. Danny Dimes has been looking really good. Both the quarterbacks are looking pretty good. And, of course, I know Seattle's been dealing with some injuries. DK Metcalf, he's questionable right now. We don't know what the extent of the injury is, whether he is going to play in that game, because DK Metcalf is that very important game piece for Seattle. He is definitely a reliable receiver when he's not showboating or being cocky. But on the other hand, Giants, overall, great team. Looking like an absolute playoff contender. Dark horse. This is my NFC dark horse team of the year. I mean, Saquon Barkley, absolutely looking fantastic. He is in line for comeback player of the year. Mark my words, he is definitely going to get that award. So, if that said, I'm going to take the Giants on this one. With my final score, the Giants 27, the Seahawks 21. All right, so moving on, we have a Sunday night football game against the Green Bay Packers and the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo. So where do I see this game going? I mean, you gotta see the obvious. Buffalo, great team. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. They're great on offense. They're great on defense. Yeah, Green Bay is definitely getting it done, barely with some of the wide receivers they are getting out there. But I do see Green Bay one of these days. I don't know. I know the trade deadline is literally around the corner. I do expect Green Bay to go for a wide receiver in a trade or not. Do I like to see him get a wide receiver to actually get an upgrade on wide receiver? Absolutely, because Randall Cobb is actually hurt. He is going to be out for that game. And not to mention, Aaron Rodgers have been getting it done with what receivers he has left. But you got to take into account Buffalo is definitely the greatest NFL team right now, other than the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills on this one. So the Bills 35, the Packers 24. All right, so to close out this week 8 game prediction on Halloween night, we have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. So where do I see this game going with this one? So I do see this as a back and forth match. I think this is going to be very close. Uh, but you got to always play the favorites on this one. Uh, of course, Nick Chubb's absolutely doing phenomenal right now because of the whole Kareem Hunt thing, wanting to be traded. I think that is absolutely becoming a factor of why Nick Chubb is doing fantastic with the Cleveland Browns right now. I mean, he's in the top 3 right now when it comes to fantasy. But when it comes to Cincinnati, I mean, they're always going to be that good uh, team when they can actually get the job done. Joe Burrow just threw 4 touchdowns in the last game. He absolutely crushed it last week. I do see this as a very close game. This was a very hard prediction to predict on this one. I'm going to go with the Bengals on this one. I think they are going to be the favorites. The Bengals 27, the Browns 24. All right, guys. So there you have it, folks. That is my Week 8 NFL Game Day prediction. Um, right there. So I will be ending my video right now. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on my channel for your predictions. I would like to see your predictions out there and see what you have when it comes to predicting football knowledge and predictions. So, once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all!